What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Jazz TV, back again, and I've got Anne with me, but also Barb as well when she gets her PC sorted out. Hi to Adam, mate.
Hey, mate. Thanks again for having us.
No problems at all, mate. No problems at all. And if you do feel like what you watch, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you like the super chat, is open as well, and you don't have to become a member. It's just 99p as well. There's a link as well. You can copy and paste it. You could highlight it, and it's just 99p to become a member. And big up to Barbara. I sent her the link. Should be on soon. Pound to Mama Flossie. Show us Johnson love. Please hit the like as you enter. Thank you very much indeed, Mama Flossie, and also me mod as well. And hi to Barbara. I'm still fighting.
Am I okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm not hearing myself still.
Sure.
If you turn your volume down, it may work. What you say it goes along.
My volume down.
I'll go for the comments, see how it goes from here. Fair plays to you, Miss Fossey. Gets into it. That's in Barbara again. Yeah, Barbara, you're going to have to turn that down. Have you still got some YouTube and StreamYard at the same time? You're on mute. She's on mute, isn't she?
Yeah, don't think we've got her.
No. Tell you what, I'll put her out there as well. Sorry, Barbara. And hi to Lorraine. Hi to everyone in the chat. Hi to Alan. Big up to Alan, and hope you're great as well. I want to become a member. There you go, Lorraine. If you highlight on that, if you click on the top of the chat, click on that, and then just click on the 99p. And I'll leave it on there for you as well. Highlight that, and then just click on that. So I'll just follow the rules on that one as well. See if Barbara's back. Not evening. Hi to Pete. Hope you're fine. Do go to PD Parallax Podcast and subscribe to his channel as well. Hi to Gareth. Happy Saturday to you. Afternoon of chat, and everyone in the room as well. Right, I want to talk about Nketiah or Nketiah-Na. I mean, he's being linked with Newcastle. Right, I looked on a tweet, and in case Arsenal wants Isak, and I hope that doesn't happen, but Nketiah to Newcastle, that doesn't seem right, doesn't it? Surely I wouldn't have him. What do you think?
See, I think I might disagree. I think he's more of a number 9 than Isak is. He's probably not a better player. But if we are looking to cash in this summer, and I've been listening to a few podcasts, I've been reading a bit, and the Isak's name keeps popping up. So if he is going to be moved on, then I think he fits the bill for what we'd be looking for as an out-and-out striker that can hopefully get you some goals. When he has came into Arsenal, he has looked good. He has scored. I don't think it would be a bad move. I just don't think he would be. He wouldn't be a good one to have alongside Isak because there'd be rivals for places. But that's.
Well, go on, carry on, mate.
I just think he's young. He fits kind of what Eddie's looking for with his transfers. The potential of him linking up with Gordon and Barnes could be a front three that they could have for a long time. I think there's a lot of potential with him. I just think it all depends on whether Isak goes or stays. That would be the big deciding factor for me.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm not being funny, right, but I'd rather take Solanke instead rather over Nketiah. I mean, look, I don't want to have a go at Nketiah. I mean, he is a good lad and he works out for the team. But you look at the scoring record since 2017 up until now, right? I mean, he's played 113 appearances for Arsenal, right, and only scored 19 goals. Scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United. Yeah, well, that's Sheffield United, by the way, right? Yeah. For me, I'm not being funny, right? But it was he now 24 years of age, right? He's 25 this year. He should be in his prime. And the problem with Nketiah is I just don't think he's good enough to play for Newcastle United. I really don't. There's better strikers out there, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree your Solanke comment there. I think he probably would be a better fit for the team. I do think he's a better number 9, but I think if Isak is going and Arsenal is his destination, is there a way of incorporating some sort of deal where you still get a nice bit of money to allow us to continue to spend, but you get a striker in and it ticks a box and brings another number in without having to juggle this financial fair play.
Yeah, got Lewin here. You've also Joel and Tom the team to buy. He's not part of the team, but he's not training. He's not playing, probably out for the season. Why should he go on all expensive paid jolly? Lorraine, he's part of the team, so he's got to go with the club. Whether he signs a new deal or not, he's part of the team. So it's not like you do about that, love. Honestly.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one. If you're part of the team and you're able to come and you're able to travel, they should be together. It's only going to make the bond that they've got stronger. And
yeah,
it totally makes sense, I think.
Yeah. Are you here, Barbara? No, she's not here yet. I think she sorted it out from her end very soon. I said already, John, have him. And John's a big Arsenal fan. Not for me. Definitely not for me. It should be Nketiah-Na, not Nketiah-Na. Sorry, John. I mean, Nketiah, not for me, is not a goal scorer. I don't think, Pete. He's not, mate. He is not. Please take him for another Gula. Nah, not for me. It's random fans. I've seen several pictures of him here and there sightseeing with his girlfriend. Why should Newcastle pay for him to go? They probably paid themselves for his girlfriend to go. Lorraine, again, he's with the team, mate. He's with the team, and not a lot I can do about it. I see your concerns, though. Big up to Julie J, by the way. I hope you find Julie J. She's always on Pizza's channel and also on the Toon Reviews channel as well. And no for me. But the things that Nketiah, right? He's got pace. He works hard up front. He can play wide. He can play up front. He can make runs as well. The problem is he just cannot score goals. That is the thing. I mean, I think Arteta, I think he's sick of him now. I think he wants him gone. He signed a 5-year deal for about 140k a week. And Arsenal fans are not having it. Do you know what I mean? If we spoke to Jez, Arsenal history and more, right? He's not very happy with Nketiah as well. When he plays well, he bigs him up. When he doesn't play well, he doesn't.
I say the few times that I have seen him, I've not paid big attention to him, but the few times I have seen him, I thought he looked quick, he looked fairly strong. He looks like he needs a run of games, and he looks like he needs to play regularly. As you say, he's getting 24, 25, should be hitting his prime. But because he hasn't played as much as he could have, I think there's still a lot of potential there. And I think if there's a deal to be done, you can bring in a young striker with lots of potential to develop. Then I think that could only be a good thing. If Callum Wilson's on his way out, and if Isaac does go, then yeah, I'd be for that transfer.
Yeah, fair dues. Still waiting for Lorraine to come in. Please like and subscribe as well. Any questions or talk about Nketiah? Do you want at the club? Yes or no? And tell us why. If it's a hi to everybody else, it's great. And if you're watching on X, people, can you please go to YouTube and leave a comment? It's easier to comment on there as I cannot see the comments on X. If you're watching on X, please come onto YouTube. That'd be so much easier. Thank you. And has little or no impact on the pitch. Give that contract for us and get more money. Cool. And Bob, you okay? Bob? Is your mute? Bob? Can you hear us? Just coming in time. Not bad, John. Hope you're well. I'm great, Jay. Absolutely fantastic. Big up to Mama Flossie as a mod as well. I clicked on the link. It's just took me to the channel. Not sure I could join as a member. I'm gonna have to look into that. Definitely look into that. If you go on top of the chat, Lorraine, right, where the chat is, click on that. It's easier. Can you hear us, Bob? Bob?
You hear me?
That's better. Okay,
that okay now?
Can you hear us, Bob? Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Yeah, loud and clear, yeah.
Cool. Much better as well. Eddie Nketiah, would you take him at Newcastle United from Arsenal because we've been linked?
For me?
Yeah.
I'd take anybody at the moment. Anybody that has any quality at all, I'd take him, no problem.
You take Nketiah?
I would, yeah.
What's that? Well, for me, I mean, everyone's got an opinion. 19 goals in 113 games for Arsenal, and I think he's only scored one hat-trick this season against Sheffield United. I mean, he's rated at 40 million quid, and I'm not sure about that one, man. But the thing's that's the opinion end of the day. But I just don't think he's going to get us enough goals for me at all whatsoever. That is the problem.
No, you're right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He was the guy that was with Arsenal, is it?
Yeah, he's the guy from Arsenal, yeah, because we linked.
No, I wouldn't take him, no. He's inconsistent.
I think, as you say, he's not had a big run of games, but he's, this season I think he's been involved in 24 Premier League games. So within that, he's scored 5, but some of them have been a substitute. Some of them have, he started a few when there's been injuries. I think there's potential there. I think he could do a job at a big club. So, and I think Eddie Howe does well at getting the best out of players. I think it could be a success if it did come off, but it would, as I say, it would only be if Isaac was going the other way.
Yeah, fair enough. Right? I mean, the thing is, right? I mean, for me personally, there's better strikers out there. No disrespect to Eddie, but I want my strikers to score 15 goals to 20 goals a season minimum. You know what I mean? And I just do not think this guy to do it. But talk about our fan base as well, Adam. Some of our fan base as well that people were taken because of the name. Yeah, let's get him. Yeah, but you need to check out the stats, and a lot of people just not taking the stats. You know what I mean? That is a problem.
Yeah, I don't think
it's good run.
It is. It's great. I don't think we'll agree on this one. But I just think if he's given a good run of games, I think he's still got a lot of potential to develop. So I do think for where the club is at the moment and where they want to be, it would be a good transfer. But I've just read that it could be somewhere in the regions of 40 to 50 million pound for him. Whereas that's a lot of money. If that's what Arsenal are looking for, that is a lot of money, and then it wouldn't make sense. But if it could be put in as part of an Isaac deal, deal, however you pronounce it, I think it could be quite good, because I think I read earlier that Arsenal are looking to pay 80 million for Isak, which 80 million is nowhere near enough to sell him. So if it's 80 million plus a striker, then you're only really replacing one striker in the window with Callum Wilson moving on. It could make business sense. It could make sense on the pitch as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's go through some comments as well. Keep them coming in, and also if you're an ex-listener, please come onto YouTube, click on YouTube, look for my channel, and then go on and leave a comment in there. Watkins, the ideal replacement, but he's surely got to be in for Champions League side next year. I tell you, I'd love to have Ollie Watkins in my team, but you're right. I mean, you probably in for Champions League side. If they don't make it this season, I'm sure that because there's stupid PSR rules coming in, I think he'd probably be on the move out, but it's not the case to appease the big six. Well, let's join. I think Mum and Floss is coming and asked you, are you on the phone or laptop, and follow it from there. If you do that, then that'd be fantastic. Let's go on to have John. Can't see where it says join. So you need to have a laptop or a phone. I think a phone is easier, to be fair. And big up to John as well. Is Palace substandard? Yeah, Bob. If John comes and says a Palace standard player, what does that say? Actually says a lot, doesn't it?
Wilfred Zaha was a Palace player, and he'd get into most Premier League sides. So
yeah, man,
potential.
Yeah. Cool. And let's go on to What do you think, Bob, when John's come out and say that he's Palace standard?
Who is Palace standard?
John thinks that Nketiah is Palace standard.
I agree with him.
Fair enough. I have to agree as well. He should stay in London and play for Palace. And if my guy Rich is listening, or Nat is listening to the channel, do apologise.
I wouldn't like him at Newcastle.
Say again?
I wouldn't like him at Newcastle.
Nah, not for me. Not for me. Lorraine, click on the blue circle of John's next to see perks. There you go. Click on that. And thanks for that, Alan, as well. And Alan's also a member as well. Thanks, Alan, for that as well. Yeah, so for me, would you take Nketiah? For me, it'd be no. Bob would say no, and Adam would say yes.
Would you?
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's what it is. Let's go on to the next one. We've got to talk about Ben Jacobs, right? He's come out and he said that they can still cash in on Lascelles and Fraser. We started Lascelles first, right? I mean, he signed a new deal, new 1-year deal. Eddie wants to keep him for his leadership as well, right? But can you see Alan and Lascelles can still go? Personally, we can't let him go now because Botman's out. We're going to talk about Botman later, but we can't let Lascelles go now because we're something to spend.
Well, we were saying this not long ago, weren't we? Extending his contract was a good idea because he's a good squad player. He's a good leader. You know, he's important to have around the dressing room. And I still believe that. However, now it's looking like he's your first choice centre-half. And is he good enough to be your first choice centre-half for the next 6 to 9 months? The answer is probably not. So they're going to have to, where signing an extension of his contract previously was a good bit of business because then they didn't have to find any money to buy a first choice or a backup centre half. The injury to Botman means that they do need somebody. The only reason I can imagine that they would sell Lascelles is to try and raise more money to be able to go out and spend in the summer. That's the only reason why you would extend his contract and then change your mind now. I think it would be just to raise some funds and go and look at what they can buy. I was reading earlier, they're linked with three centre halves from Italy, I think. So take one or two of those.
Yeah, we could talk about looking at defence in another show at some stage as well. Yeah, I mean, what about Bob? What about your take on Sven Botman? And a sad news out up to 9 months, and it is so sad, massive.
Ridiculous, isn't it? It's just like Tonali all over again. What are you doing the whole year without one of our best players? You know, it's bad news, and we don't have the money to replace him, really. So,
yeah, that's the thing. We could play Dan Bunn. We could play Dan Bunn centre back. We could play Chelsea centre back and play Lewis Hall at left back. For me, I think that'd be logical as well. But because of the FFP rules and that as well, I mean, Ben Jacobs thinks that he can still be sold. We are going to come on around Fraser very, very, very soon. And the thing is, though, right? I mean, the Besiktas is still after him as well. They still want him as a centre back. They couldn't get him on the fee. Now he's signed a new deal. Then for me, I think he signed that new deal so to make some money, possibly make some money. But for me, I just can't see that happening. I think he end up staying, Bob.
Well, yeah, you have to stay. You don't have anybody else, I think. No, so
yeah. The thing is, go on.
There's talk of how getting somebody from Bournemouth, isn't there?
Yeah, Lloyd Kelly.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, is he playing that position?
Yeah, he can play left back. He plays centre back as well, and he is injury prone as well. And he'll be on a fee buy. He'll be a fee sign in the summer if he doesn't agree with a new deal with Bournemouth. But the likelihood is he could be on his way from Bournemouth, and he could be off to either us, Liverpool, or Tottenham. Even AC Milan want him as well, but that's very unlikely. But at the end of the day, I think if he does come to us on the fee signing, Adam, I think it saves us FFP, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're not. I think they've got to think about business sense as well as football sense, haven't they? It's not just we need a good player to come and fit in here. We've also got to tick the box to make sure that we're not overspending here and we can afford to extend this player's contract, or we can afford to strengthen here. So if you can get players who are, half decent on a free or at a reasonable amount, I think at the moment you've kind of got to look to take them and then spend your money wisely on big players like they have done with Bruno, like they have done with Isaac, players who like Gordon as well, who are going to come in and really impact the squad and drive them on. But they also have to be a little bit clever with, we can take this player on a free and he'll do a job. Kind of how they've used Longstaff and how they've used Byrne and players who haven't really cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
I think it's more money than they're letting on, because they don't want other clubs to know how much money we have to spend, because they look the price of the players then if they know how much to spend. So I think he's keeping it quiet that way, so that there won't be any Newcastle tax on the purchase of new players.
Yeah, I don't. I from what I gather, I don't read too much on financial fair play because it frustrates us. But from what I gather, that they don't have much to play with based on the income that's coming in. And that's an area that they need to drive up before they can reinvest in the squad and anything else.
They have a lot of new sponsorships, like the Adidas deal and the money from the Champions League to get as well. So that'll be a good few million. But I think they have more than they have,
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. We're doing the World Tour podcast show on Monday. We're going to discuss more of that again, I'm afraid. Go on.
It's like the club have no money at all, the way it's going on. Like, they think the richest club in the world.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the fact is as well, Tony made a good point yesterday on Pete's show. What's the point of going to a football match when you're not allowed to kind of compete anymore? You cannot get the best players in the world to come and join Newcastle, and you cannot spend what you want as owners. Yeah, it is so frustrating, man, because I just can't. I'm just livid, absolutely livid, man. It is what it is. But me personally, that'd be for another show, and that is going to be fireworks on Monday. I can guarantee you. If you had to sell one of the big players in the summer due to FFP, who would you sell between Bruno and Isak? Who would you sell between Bruno and Isak, Adam?
I think it has to be Isaac or Isak. I think Bruno is one of those players that comes, not so often. He can affect the game so much. He's so vital to the way that Newcastle play, to where the club is at the moment, the engagement with the fans, how he motivates everybody. And I haven't got the stats to hand, but I know there was a long period where we hadn't won a game without him. So his impact on the team is for me he's the most influential player in the team. And I think Isak has the potential to be a great player. He does have moments of brilliance. He does create goals. He does score. But the whole overall impact that he has on the whole club, I think Bruno's far greater. So it would be Isak. I wouldn't like to lose either. I'd like to think that you keep them all and build around that. But if one has to go, it would be Isak. But would you get the money for him that you would get for Bruno?
That is the thing. We don't want to be selling our best players to the big six clubs or so-called big six. I will say that because that's what the Premier League want. This is a Super League. They don't want a Super League. They are creating now, Bob, a Super League. They have the top six, a cartel. Does that make sense to you?
But if we sell Isaac, we have to replace Isaac with another striker, so we have to buy two strikers. Whereas, I know Bruno is a more important player, but we have a few players that can play in his position. Like, we don't have to go forward.
Yeah. I mean, if Bruno decides to go, then we've got to get Edison at Atlanta. It'd be a perfect replacement. It'd be an absolute perfect replacement. Do you know what I mean? Because I honestly believe, right, Edison will come in and he's just do an effective job as Bruno, I mean, I watch him for Atlanta. That guy is really, really good. He likes to take the play from midfield. He can play anywhere in the midfield, and and he scores goals as well. I think Edison will be a cracking player, and even at 40 million quid, I think that's an absolute bargain. It really, really is. Thanks for that, Alan. I don't know enough about Lloyd Kelly. I just hope he isn't potentially going to be another Jeff Hendrick type, and that's in JJ. And talking of Hendrick, right? I mean, AC Milan wanted Jeff Hendrick once upon a time, which turned out to be a complete and utter BS. It's just for the appear as. For me, he's another player he needs to be getting rid of as well. He's out of contract at the end of the season, so he'd be on the fee. Anyone's Jeff?
Jesus, right?
Has he been kidnapped? Has he been kidnapped? Then I quickly realised it was at Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, I never heard of him. I haven't heard from him in ages.
I mean, that was a Steve Brewster signing as well. I mean, he came on a 4-year deal, and you know what? Not good. Not good. Big up to Harry, but
he scored one good goal in his career at Newcastle.
Say again?
He scored one good goal
against West Ham. Yeah. First game as well. Wow. How fast the might has been. Lord Kelly's losers is had a nightmare games at Miron. Eddie Howe will be sacked soon anyways, so won't be signing him. And Harry's convinced that Eddie Howe could be sacked.
Harry, I don't know what you've been drinking, but it's still Saturday. There's Eddie Howe can't be sacked this season. He's got too much in the bank. We say it over and over again. They overachieved last season. It's probably a true reflection of where they deserve to be at the moment. And, hopefully the board can see that. There's still going to be progress next year with a little bit more investment, because they came out and said at the end of last year, we're ahead of where we want to be. Realistically, if we fall back down to where they were expecting us to be, surely that's not a sackable offence. That's just where we are, and you continue to build.
Yeah, that is the thing. You're absolutely right. But he deserves another season, Eddie, anyway. I truly believe that. But he has to be ruthless. Barb, I don't know if I asked you the question. Do you think Eddie needs to be ruthless if he is to stay?
Well, he has to be. He has to do the right thing. If the team, the way it's going at the moment now, is not playing at the best potential. I reckon that if we didn't have had any injuries, I reckon easily in the top four with all the players playing, like Nally had an okay play and all that, and we had Bruno and J7 and we'd be flying then, so we just unlucky, I think.
Fair dues. Palhinha, I've said it before, would be ideal for Newcastle. Definitely complement Bruno. I think Palhinha is a fantastic midfielder. He really is. I mean, we should be linked to players like him. He's fantastic. But if Joe decides a new deal, then we don't really need Palhinha. But if Bruno decides to move on, then I think he should be on the short list for replacements as well. Or because Eddie can rotate a team. That's a call team. He's another Eddie out as well, I believe. I hope we keep him out and upgrade the rest. The so-called top six have got their wish. Premier League is going to be a Super League, or they fall over. FFP keeps going. Alan, I could have to kind of agree with you, man. I could have to kind of agree with you there. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry. That's it. Exactly. How would Race return to on more average British players and set us back even further? And there is to come member. Lorraine as well. That's me membership as well. So you can click on that on top, or like Mama said, just go onto your mobile and click up from there. You have to come out as well and do it from there. How would probably spend another 90 mil on Jimmy Moore and never play him? Never heard of him. But Harry, I can understand your feelings, mate. Let's know what it is, right? Back on the Lascelles, right? I still keep it now because we haven't got no one else coming in, but something needs to happen because we are short on players, Adam. We need to get more players coming in the summer, and I think Eddie knows this.
Yeah, I think he does, and it's, as I say, the injury to Botman's obviously thrown things, but they've still got to be sensible with it, haven't they? There's no point in rushing Lascelles out the door to then panic buy another centre half. You know, you've got the ingredients within the dressing room. You've got the characters. You've got the game plan that's there. You know, you've seen it last season of how everything when it came together worked really well. It's just adding, for me, it's just adding a few more quality players over time. It's not going all gun ho, or let's just go and sell, you know, let's go and sell Longstaff, let's go and sell Byrne, let's go and sell Lascelles, clear them out, bring in other players, because they're still an important part in that team's chemistry. They're still an important part in driving the rest of the players. You know, they know what it means. Lascelles a leader. You can see how much it means to Byrne. Longstaff runs his socks off. So for me, they're still important players within the squad. They're not as fantastic on the ball or easy on the eye to watch as your your Gordons, your Isaacs, your Brunos. They're more creative and exciting players to watch, but the rest of them still play an important part. And I think that we've got to remember that and build on what we've got. And I think shipping too many out too quickly wouldn't be in Howe's best interest. And I think he knows that. He's coming out and saying how important Lascelles is and how important Longstaff is. Yeah. So yeah. I would keep him and just look to buy that centre half that is eventually going to replace Fabian Schär.
Yeah, that's fair dues. This is what Ben Jacobs said. I'll read it out as well. I think Lucas will looking at outgoings in the summer. Lascelles is very well liked and offers leadership off the field as well. So I don't think they will need his contract only to sell him. But depends on when Newcastle finish the Premier League. I like their hand. I think their hand might be forced a little bit, so they would be open to offers. And Ryan Fraser is another name could depart. I think they could also come back to the names that were mentioned in Jan. As far as that goes concerned for Newcastle, that's from Ben Jacobs. Bob, Ryan Fraser, believe it or not, right? I mean, his name is being linked as well. He could be away in the summer. He's on loan on Southampton, and he's doing really well for the club. And he said he wants to extend his stay at the South Coast club. Bob? Yeah, asking you, mate. Asking you, yeah. Ryan Fraser, he's another name could be on his way.
Yeah. Well, he's over the hill now, isn't he?
29.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want him back anyway.
Not for me. I think the game's gone past him. I mean, as long as Eddie Howe's at the club, then there's just no way he's going to come back. We should have tried to sign Rafael Guerrero and Marcus Thuram for free in summer instead of wasting millions on young, inexperienced British players. Harry, I see your point there. Marcus Thuram was on a fee. He was available, but to be honest with you, he was always going to go back to Italy because he was born in Italy, right? Although he's a French lad, he was born in Italy, right? And he's an international because his dad used to play for Lille and Turan, he used to play for Parma. So he's on a 6-year deal. I can't see him leaving into any time soon. And Guerrero is at Leverkusen. Again, I can't see him leaving anytime soon. Who's going to be our new sporting director? We need someone in the summer. That is a cracking point there. Before I come on to that one, Bob, thank you very much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much indeed. Bob, could you just tell Lorraine how to do it? How did you do yours?
How to get on?
No, how did you click? How did you click to become a member? Because Lorraine's struggling at the minute.
Oh, it's down in the right-hand corner. There's a little dollar sign. You just press it.
Cool. Yeah, click on the dollar right-hand corner and then just click on there. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much, indeed, Barbara. I appreciate that. We need Graham Carr back, to be honest. He's chat to quality players in on the cheap. I can't see him coming back. He is retired, Harry. Good thought, though. And players like Ben, Musa, Marvo, Santon, Shema, Bar, Remy, etc. quality signings. I'm not sure about Marvo, though, because I think he lost his way. And big up to Static as well, also on League Honours channel as well. Big up to you, my guy. It would be great. And thank you so much indeed. 23 likes. What's going on? Hit those likes, please. Thank you. Let's go back on to Mr. Little, sporting director. We need an SD very, very soon, I think, because he's going to come in. Who's it going to be?
I have no idea whether Mandy's gonna oversee things for a little while, or whether Eddie Howe takes on the role of just overseeing things himself. I haven't read anything to say who's coming in, but it would be great to try and get somebody in before the end of the season and get a plan together and continue to do the work that Ashworth had done, because you can see the links with the players that you're reading about. There's the young, they've identified what they want, so it would be good to have someone with a bit of experience come in and continue to do that work. Who that person is, I've got no idea.
Nah. Paul Mitchell's one of them. Luis Campos could be another name as well. And it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. It could be anyone at this moment in time. And Pinto as well, ex-Roma. His known names being linked as well. But they do things behind the scenes, Bob. They do things on the quiet. They do things on the scenes. They don't say a lot, don't they? Newcastle.
Not this year. They've tightened up there. They're not going to give anything away, I don't think. Last year, I think they were putting 5-10 million on top of the price of the players, like we were buying. So if people don't think we have money, they won't be looking for it, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. John, please, Newcastle fans, sorry, please take Nketiah at Newcastle. That would be the best transfer news of the summer. Oh, man, you know what? It's Static. He's a wine-up merchant, man. He's a wine-up merchant. I know him. Love the guy, though. He's a wine-up merchant. But Static... Say again?
He's an Arsenal fan.
He's a big Gooner fan. Great lad as well. Love him, man. Love him. Welcome to the club, and hopefully Lorraine. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate that, my guy. It's because Lorraine's on iPhone, no drawn option. Wow. What's going on there? We're gonna have to sort it like together, I'm sure. When we get the Adidas deal, hopefully we'll have a lot more leeway. Let's hope so. It's the case, man. We need it. We'd rather have made a bid in the mid than Sean Longstaff and Mali. Harry, man.
Wow.
You're trying to get these players out of retirement, man. But I see your point. And Hi, Mama, no doubt as well that the Nketiah rumours, no doubt, reserves usual as well. That's from Julie. Again, Bob, I've heard of this guy, Hugo Ekiteke. Apparently, he went to Eintracht Frankfurt and he got injured straight away.
Wow, that's all we need, isn't it?
That's what every time. It's not looking good. Bruno Guimaraes' decision leaked as Newcastle midfielder spotted at the Arsenal training ground. Don't really say he's going to sign for Arsenal, Lorraine. And you know what? It's all rumours as well, but I can't see him joining an English club for me. Murillo for Forest will be a great signing. Adam, I like this player. I like him. Centre back, young. I'll tell you what, he's been fantastic in a relegation side.
Yeah, they have some good players. Forest, like.
Yeah, I think Forest have got some good players, and I think he's been one of the few that look better than the rest. But we're talking about class and the kind of players that Newcastle want. Is he going to be what we're looking for, or is it just a short term fix? I've been looking at who they've been linked with. They've been linked with the Atlanta centre half. I can't actually remember his name offhand, but you want someone that's gonna drive you on to win things. I think that's got to be if you're looking for someone to come into the first team, it's got to be someone who's going to propel you that little bit forward. And although he's done well in a relegation battle with the Forest this season, who I don't think should be down there with some of the players they've got. Is he going to propel you? Is he going to get you into that region to fight? Top 6, top 4. I don't know.
I'm not sure neither. I'm not sure, but you know what? He could come in. I'll go back in 2001 when he signed Craig Bellamy, and everyone's saying, "Craig who? Craig who? You want Champions League football? Yeah, Craig Bellamy ain't going to get us that." And guess what? cost us what, 6 million quid, and his very first season got us in the Champions League. Yeah, he banged in some like 13, 14 goals in his first season, something like that. And let's be real, right? He's done really well. He's been fantastic for Newcastle United over the years. But there you go. He could be visiting Gabriel Jesus or a couple of the other also Brazilians. Talking about Bruno there, Bob. He could be speaking to Gabriel or other Brazilians there as well. Bob?
Ahead of tonight's game, yeah, he's going to be in and around somewhere down there, isn't he? So it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to Arsenal. He could just be checking in with his friends. He could just be using the facilities for, keeping fresh, staying ready to play. Hopefully, rather than signing contracts and agreeing deals.
What time is the Brazil game on today?
7 o'clock.
7
o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Players.
Okay. And statics, John, Powell, believe it or not, wasn't. I know. You're only joking, the guy. I was actually being generous as always. I know you are. I'm that desperate for Nketiah to go. I'll be happy if he ended up at Coventry too. Let's hope for Nketiah goes to Coventry instead. And that's no disrespect for Eddie. Generine as well. It's great to see you as well. And entering the midfielder, yes, please, trust me, a lot of Arsenal fans will take any Newcastle player. It means that Nketiah finally leaves the club. Wow!
Wow, is he that bad?
Wow! He wants say, Henrik. Cool. The Brazilians are all close to each other. Yep, they are indeed. And didn't we sign Demba from a relegated club? And he was amazing for us. Yes, that was West. Was it West Ham? It was West Ham, wasn't it? Came from West Ham, did he, Demba?
Yeah.
So let's go on to Harry. I think Eddie will be sacked. We're mathematically unable to get in Europe. It's not looking good. The Conference League is worse than the Intertoto Cup. Adam, would you take the Europa Conference?
I think any European football would be good for next season. They did do really well in the Champions League this season. Unfortunate not to progress. But I just think getting them playing in Europe, getting the extra money that does come in, and just getting them used to that rotation or the fixture list that, you're playing on a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Wednesday, whatever, and then a weekend game in the Premier League, I think is good for the club going forward, regardless of what level it is.
Yeah. Would you take conference football, Bob, for Europe on a Thursday night?
Any European football is good because it draws some players in. Like everybody wants to play in Europe. So if we don't get European football, we're not going to get the players we want in the club. Like I don't think.
Facts. Absolute facts.
I think we have to finish it.
Yeah. I mean, you still got as well conference still European football is indeed. West Ham they did get relegated. They got relegated at Wigan. They were 2-up and lost 3-2 and got relegated. Would you play next year in the first team? Minte as a right mid. I tell you what though, I mean talking about Minte, I think he's been really, really good this season.
I think you should give him a trial.
I mean he's been playing well, but Arsenal wants him on loan as well. They're not having him. I remember now they had Benny McCarthy as well. Yeah, I can remember him as well. He's really good as well for Blackburn. To be fair, Arsenal still short of a mid because Arsenal's bench is still very weak, apart from Partey and I guess Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira as well. Yeah, I think Arteta's got a lot of midfield to keep who just will let them go at the end of the season, man. Because I tell you what, I think you're overloading the midfield, and I think to be fair, Smith Rowe will be fine. I like Smith Rowe. Fabio Vieira, I think you need to sell him. To be fair, I think Partey will be gone at the end of the season, unfortunately. But again, see what happens on that one. So
there was links with us and Smith Rowe earlier, wasn't there? Earlier
this season. Yeah. He was linked with him, by the way. But Arteta didn't want to let him go.
Would you have him?
I have him. I have Smith Rowe, no problem at all. But he's injury prone. That's the problem, though, Adam. That's the problem. But I don't think Arsenal let him go. I think Arteta likes him. But at times, when they're losing, he does chuck him underneath the bus. He chucks him under the bus, and that's unfair to the kid. He needs game time. He could have gone to Aston Villa a couple of years ago, but he opted to stay with Arsenal. So, what can I say, man? But comfortable is better than now. It's still European football facts, absolute facts. Any European football I take, do you know what I mean? I take it, do you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter, Bob, where we go to Russia, when we can't go to Russia, like Poland or any Eastern European countries, and playing like middle of the table club in their leagues. I still take it, man. Fiorentina's in it as well. West Ham won it. Do you know what I mean? Roma won it the first time. Do you know what I mean? It is still European competition. We win that, we'll still be celebrating, man. I wouldn't like into Arsenal's backup players, and that's what matter. Newcastle, my opinion, has done very well this season with so many injuries. That I've got to agree, because I feel we've been unlucky this season, man. But going back to Sven Botman, 9 months out. That is a long time, Adam. That's a long time to be out. But he should not have played with injuries. That should be taken out of his hands, man.
Yeah, I think it raises the questions that everyone's really had, doesn't it, about the medical staff and are they doing the best thing for the club and the best thing for the players? You know, I know we're short of players. We know that Botman's a better centre half than Lascelles, but we need to look after him so he's fit, so he can play, so he can have a long spell where he can develop and get the levels he was at last season and even higher. Mm-hmm. Throwing him in, given some players have been given injections to play on, and just playing on for the sake of it, it's not going to do them any good. And long term, it's not done us any good, has it? It's put us in a more difficult position now, where we're having to look to replace him for 6 to 9 months. But as I say, the Atlanta centre half, I've got his name up now. It's Giorgio Scalvini. I think he's the one that I've read about and heard that they've been linked with. But I can't imagine Newcastle going to Atlanta and saying, "Can I have 3 players this summer, please?"
No, that where Mickey's from, isn't it? Mickey come from there.
But no, Atalanta. That's in Italy. He came to Atlanta, but that's in US in the major soccer league. But Atalanta is in Italy, so it gets a bit confusing, doesn't it, between those two names?
I'm sorry.
That's right. Smith Rowe would be good, but he wouldn't be worth the transfer fee and high wages. We don't want any more average British players. We would have far too many. Yeah, I've got to kind of agree. Longstaff's one of Burns another. I love Newcastle, and I certainly wouldn't send my bench players to you guys. Well, Nketiah-Na. Barber's dropped out, by the way.
Again, another thing that I'd heard was Leeds are potentially interested in taking Longstaff if they come up. Is that something you were going to mention?
Yeah, I was going. You know what? I was going to touch on that. So if I was going for the comms, I was going to touch on that as well. 15 million quid. I think for me, if I was Leeds, I'd just say, he tells what I'm going to pick him up. I'll pick Sean up and I'll drive him there. It's as simple as that, man. And let's be real. I mean, please, Leeds, just take him, man. Just take him.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, Leeds. Let him stay. I'm a big fan, big Longstaff fan. I don't think you could replace what he's got. I think.
Wow. Deary me, man. That's short, man. Get him gone. Get him gone. No, get him gone. I want to be ambitious, man. I want to win a mentality. Come on. Get Edison's in. Get the likes of Bruno. Get Jordan on new deals, yeah? Tonali's coming back as well.
I get that he's not going to be a regular starter, but he would be like, for me, he's like that Longstaff, like the Lascelles. You'd extend his contract for him to be a squad player, for him to motivate the rest of the group and keep the intensity when the player to go on 70, 80 minutes and just keep the intensity in that press. I think he's an important player when he starts, and he could be an important squad player as well. For 15 million, who are you going to replace him with? You've got to spend some big money to get a better player.
Big bucks, by the way. We're not talking millions, we're talking big bucks as well. Statue, would you sell about Declan Rice? Would you sell Alan? I don't think Arsenal will sell Declan at all whatsoever. I didn't know Rondon still playing. Yeah, he still plays for Australia, sort of thing. And apparently had a good game. Yep, I'm going to drive him there. I'm going to drive him to Leeds. Don't worry about that. And yeah, what you will suffer as Arsenal. Gnotto, sort from Leeds, can be a great player. City were sniffing around him last year. I think he's a good player. He really is. He will get better. And that's been fantastic season. I don't want him going anytime soon. That won't happen. Don't worry, He's going nowhere. I'm going to put a link on the John chat, see if it works. Thank you, Mama. Thanks for that. For Lorraine. I think this is so slow today. My computer light is ridiculous. And there's the link if you want to come and remember. Also on top of the page as well. Thank you very much. Longstaff needs to go. No room for settlement.
No way. I've got to be. I'm sure I'm in the minority, but it's just that work rate that he offers. It's just his countless running. He's just, take the last few months out of the equation. Last season, he was fantastic. He doesn't score enough. He probably doesn't create enough. But just as that box-to-box working, winning the ball back, the intensity, the thing that made Newcastle exciting and aggressive last season, he was a key part of that. And I think you could swap him for a better midfield player who's better on the ball and can play better passes, creates more. But they wouldn't necessarily offer that work rate and the drive and determination that he gives you. So I'm a big Longstaff fan.
If you're a big little Sean fan, you be a Sean fan. Yeah. Everyone's got his title opinion. But you know what, mate? I'm not gonna put it past you, mate. It's absolutely fine. Ignore the haters. You just be you, Adam. You just be you. You be you. Anyway, show some love to Adam, by the way. Please show him _Glitter. Get him followed on Twitter as well. And let's go on to John. Big up to Isla Coffee. To you, mate. Hope you're okay. Let's go on to, it's going to be a bit slow. We're not going to be too much longer anyway. Love Adam's button under his breath. That's a Rondon.
Oh, yeah, Rondon.
Let Longstaff go and play with his bro. He runs Adam, but does nothing but time himself out. That's from Lorraine. Going back to Harry's comment as well. Miss you out, Harry. I'm sorry. He's saying, I think he was saying about Miggy. For me, sorry to upset you, man, but we definitely need a right side midfielder as well. I'm sorry, but does scores enough goals now. Let's go on to static for England. I should be worried about Trippier. Will he make it back in time to play again and makes the Euro squad? I think he'd be in. I don't think he should be playing tonight though.
No, I don't think he'll be playing tonight. But does he get in the England squad? I don't know if he does. I don't know if he gets in. I don't know if he gets in ahead of Alexander Arnold at right back for me.
No, fair enough. I mean, I like it. I like Trippier. I do like Trippier, yeah. But he had a mare this season, didn't he? But
yeah, he's
getting slightly better. I'm so happy Joselu's doing well at Real Madrid and Spain. Yeah, I mean, big up to him, by the way. I mean, I thought he was unlucky. I thought he deserved another run of games. Like, do you know what I mean? I thought he's doing really well for Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, he went to Alaves on loan, didn't he? And Steve Bruce didn't rate him neither. Sad. And yes, he is. Rondon plays for River Plate. Yes, he does. 10 goals in 31 matches, I believe. Played last season now. Plays for Pachuca. Cool. And let's go on to the next one. John Paolo Southgate has 3 events. I expect Trippier to be there, like Maguire. Yeah, I agree. And
he's not in the same bracket as Maguire.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. And go on to Lorraine. Miggy's, no one's got to go. Thanks for the update. No probs. How does Bruce ever know Perez's name? Deary me. Deary me. And how is he doing at Patra? We'll find out. And no way, Chubby is better than Maguire. Bob said, John, can't get back. I don't know what's happening. Listen, we're going to sign off anyway, Bob, so don't worry about it. But thank you very much for coming on, though. No stress, man. No stress. Great to see your face again there. Biggest class, we're missing when he's gone. He's better than Gordon, Barnes, etc. Really? Does score enough goals, though, Miggy. Yeah. Harry, that's the thing. That is the thing, man. But still. And yeah, so I was going to say we're going to wrap the show there. It's always going to be an hour because I'm going to try and get some dark off things to do this after before the game and that, and try to watch the Lascelles game as well if I can find it. Might do the gym too. I'm going for some more comments as well. And it's a bit slow, isn't it? Hope Trips and Gordon don't play for England. It's a word for injuries. That's an Allen, 7 and 12. Probably got 3 years left as a pro. He's doing well. He's doing well, Rondon. Good on him, man. Go to the cup final. Not today. Not today because I'm home in Bristol. But good luck for the Lascelles as well, by the way. Let's hope we do it today. Let's hope so. And sorry about this. Bit slow. It was good to be back on. Bob, thank you so much. It's great seeing you. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. And thank you for coming the latest member as well. And enjoy the break. I wish you guys best of luck the rest of the season. Get you up, I hope, fingers crossed, stacked. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much indeed for the 29 likes, 12. And I was here all the time. Stealthily, Dropper. Can you leave a comment earlier on, Dropper? But good to see you back anyway. Mafina didn't get a Quinlan caller. God bless you. And I don't think he ever will. And it's all about system goals. Miggy's not good enough for a top 6 side. Exactly, John. Thank you, man. Thank you. And go one more as well. Bye to Ala Coffee as well. Right, going to wrap up the show there, guys. It's been for an hour. And thanks for coming on as well. Thanks for Bob's coming on as well. And what you got coming up this afternoon and what you got coming over the weekend, mate?
I'm currently working on a website to try and get the Toon Kit Collector out to more people, so people don't have to just come down to the market. So after this, I'll be having a little play around on the computer, and hopefully I'll catch the England game later on tonight. I don't normally get behind England quite so much in friendly games. It's normally at major competitions that I get excited by England. So, but the thought of watching Bruno play against England's quite exciting to see how he does. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get something to eat. Probably go to the gym later, and then go to watch the match as well. And I'm just gonna chill out this afternoon because I don't work weekends now because I got my new job, which is great. So and then I realised as well that I'm gonna be 55 in August. Believe it or not, wow. I told the whole nation now. And I was told that, so
I'm shocked. I didn't think you were anywhere near that age. I thought you were much younger. Yeah.
No, man. Honestly, man, I just couldn't believe in myself. I mean, it's a scary thought, though, isn't it? It's a scary thought, but it's just what it's your genes at the end of the day. So I'm quite lucky, really. That you know what, I'm just still happy. I'm just enjoying life. You know what I mean? That's this sort of thing. So you just gotta be happy. You just gotta be you, and you just gotta be happy. So just go for the comments before we wrap up the show. Thank you for Mama for being my mod. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you very much indeed for that. Pretty sure I didn't. Do you know what, Jopper? I'll let you off this time. Thanks so much, Alan. Thank you, Coffee. Do you deliver to Asia too? That's what Coffee's asking.
I'm miles away there. Hopefully, once this website's up and running, I'll be able to ship internationally as well. So that, fingers crossed, all being well, I'm hoping by next weekend, I'll get the first version out and give it a try and see how it goes. So, Toon Collector on Twitter, and you'll find out when things go live.
Cool stuff. Thanks, Coffee. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks, Static. I really appreciate it as well. And appreciate that. And I'll just see everyone you later on. Just go for this. Well, I don't know why it's so slow.
Yeah, it's the same at my end. It's just freezing. And
Exactly, man. I thought John's 25. Thank you. And thank you very much for Mama again. She is lovely. Wow. It's a little number. Wow, John's living a life. Thank you very much, Stats. And Tobacco Shah and Emma are best players. Yeah, Shah's good. And thank you, Maka. I wish I was younger, mate. I wish I was younger. And Chris would score more goals than Marcus Rashford. That just sums up pretty, doesn't it? And where can we find you, mate? Can you tell the viewers where we find you?
Yeah, Toon Collector on Twitter. I'm on Instagram as well. And hopefully very soon you'll be able to find my website online and have a look through all the shirts and classic football stuff that I've got.
Fantastic stuff. Listen, the link's in this. Well, I think it is. I'll put it on there. And I'm going to be back again soon, maybe tomorrow, guys. And probably think what you do tomorrow. Might be on someone's show tomorrow. But that's a transfer window show over and talk about Newcastle as well. Thanks very much for coming in the chat as well, guys. Mama Flossie, you're a ledge. Thank you very much indeed. And Arsenal fans who are static. And Lorraine, Alan, and all the guys in the chat as well. Appreciate that. And if you'd like to be like and watch, like, subscribe. And as always, Auto Mags